Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and it is Lord that say, I did the sunrise and sundown. Him a go dear like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him leaf never a go wither, and whatsoever him doeth shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now they saw them dear like a chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon the judgment of the sin among them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah loveth the way of the righteous and the way of the sinner, and them always and always I will perish. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البلد الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. صدق الله عظيم. Juma Mubarak. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. This is the voice of the people. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes, aromas, and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some good amount of heating. In the aftermath, they produce food. Food that they ironically do not even partake in eating and enjoying. It is us who do, the eaters. Yet every time, the black pot and the ingredients would always collaborate to produce food. Yes! What lessons can we derive from this? Generational thinking, selflessness, sacrifice. My brother, my sister, if you live in a country where sacrifice is not upheld and respected, you are not living in a country, you are living in an empty box. If you have a people who do not respect heroism and sacrifice, you are not a people. You are living in the jungle. Even in the jungle, there's a lot of sacrifice. No plant in the jungle or in the forest benefits from its own fruits. The mango does not eat its own fruits. The monkeys do. And when the monkeys drop their droppings, what happens? It fertilizes the soil, and the soil grows. When the monkey finishes eating and throws away the seed, it grows into yet another mango. True? When the rivers are flowing and are bound with fish, they do not eat their own fish. It is us who do. My brother, my sister, in nature, it is only human beings that are extremely this selfish. This is a lesson of selflessness, a lesson of generational thinking, a lesson of sacrifice. If we are able to bring all these things together, we shall have a better nation and will be a better people. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. Here we don't criticize. It's called a black pot. It's generational thinking. Above it all, patriotism. Here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, on one condition we will. And that is to build, not to destroy. We criticize to build and never ever to destroy. That is why we continue to tell you, we are in the service of God and country. And I'm most excited to be with you. My brother, my sister, we are live on YouTube. And our YouTube channel is Black Empire Media. BLAKK Empire Media. We are live. Please share the broadcast. Hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you'll be the very first person to be told to watch. And the most important thing is this. Oh gosh. Remember to share this broadcast. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, hit on the subscription button and send us your messages. We shall read them. Also, press on the like button so that it continues to fly higher and higher. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And today, we have 6 very important issues to look at. Normally on Friday, we don't want to keep long, so we want to run very fast with it. Come here, my youth. Make we start deal with them. Number 1. Prophet fire Ogya'S life in danger as Kudus prophecy fails, and fail is in quotes. Who is Prophet fire Ogya'S? This is the man. How many people know Prophet fire Ogya'S? This is Prophet fire Ogya'S. That is his name. Prophet Henry Corey. Now I'll tell you my encounter with this man here, and you're going to be shocked. He's a prophet of a good friend of mine. One day we're taking a walk around Teshin area there, and he told me, oh, my prophet lives around here, and today is even church day. Maybe if you have time, let's just pass through and say hi to him. You know, I said, oh, okay, wherever the name of God is mentioned, I love to go there. So we got into the church, a very small church, hidden in a corner. In fact, I couldn't even find anywhere to park our car. But we were able to manage, park on the road and walk all the way into the church. When we got in there, I normally don't like attention. So when I get into a crowded place, I would like to sit at the back in a hidden corner. And that was what I did in order not to draw attention. I wanted to sit quietly at the back with my friend. And all of a sudden, this man was already preaching at the time that we came in. But because we entered through the back and sat quickly, he didn't even see me arrive. Neither did he see my friend arriving as well. Then all of a sudden, he stopped preaching and he started smelling something around. He said, I smell somebody great in this building. But why all of a sudden? Who is this? He mentioned my surname. I was quiet. I was looking around. He mentioned the name again. And then I stood up. He walked over to me and he said, what do you want God to use me to do for you? And I told him, I want to serve God. I'm sure many people were shocked. A lot of people would have said, oh, I want money. I want to travel. I want a visa. I want that. I told him, I want to serve God and mankind. I was quite embarrassed because so many people attend, and I believe some even recognize me. Then he said, you want to serve God? Are you sure your family would allow you? And he mentioned my surname, mentioned my name, in fact, my government name, not Blakk Rasta, and mentioned my house in Tamale and the house number. That house is no more. It's been broken down several years ago. He mentioned the house number where I was born. And he started to prophesy. He was one of the genuine prophets that I met. You know how Blakk Rasta speaks? My brother, we don't flow with the crowd. We flow with the Spirit of God. People could vilify this man and say all sorts of things about him. I am telling you my experience with Henry Corey, the prophet. There was something in his sermon that I didn't really like. And when I finished, I made it known to my friend who took me there. Whilst he was prophesying and saying a lot of things, he was also talking about how to deal with your enemy, how to paralyze your enemy using this herb and that herb. And I told my friend, I'm not sure that I'm too interested in how I can kill my enemy with herbs, how I can paralyze my enemy with that. Instead of killing my enemy, I would rather like to pray that he lives longer and he changes. I will also pray that there's a firewall around me that no enemy can touch. After all, it's said in the Bible that I shall walk through the valley of the shadow of death and I shall not fear evil. For his rod and his staff shall always be with me. And the most important part of that verse says that in the presence of your enemies, I shall lay a table and anoint your head with oil. And when you go deeper into the book of Psalms, it says, hey, how good and how pleasant it is for God's children to live in unity. It's like that precious ointment upon the head, all the way down the beard, like the head of Aaron, all the way down his beard and onto his garments. God loves everybody. That's why he's given us the gift of life. The gift of life. So if God has given a gift of life, and I take away that gift of life, I've sinned against God, no matter what. See? So I told my friend, and he said, oh, okay, I will make it known to the church elders, and they will make it known to him. I was told days later that they had spoken to him, and he had heard. My brother, my sister, I didn't go back there again. But he surprised me with that prophecy, to the point that he mentioned my house number, which has never been in the public. This is a genuine man. Why is Blakk Rasta talking about fire Ogya'S? Come here. Now, a couple of days ago, I saw some video making the rounds on social media. And this was somebody who was shouting, Kudus, Ogya'S, Kudus, Kudus, Kudus. Everybody says Kudus, 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 Kudus. Take your eyes off Kudus. He's going to embarrass himself at AFCON. This is not his year. And Kudus is one of our top strikers. In fact, he's a midfielder, but he's an attacking midfielder and is able to bank in the goals. This is a man who sometimes even goes to play defense. He is a utility player, just like Sam Johnson in the days of old. For you. See? I love Kudus. He bears the name of my first child. I love him. Kudus, I was so angry when I heard that this guy is not going to do well. He's not going to play well. I saw him eating popcorn on the field and he was trying to link it with Joe Metzel. And so I couldn't get, I said, but who is this man? Do we need this at this time? Why are you talking about Kudus like that? He's the darling boy of the Ghana team. You could have said it in another way. Then, bam! The prophecies that he gave. 2 days later, when Ghana played, the first one came to pass. You know what he said? He said that Ghana's first match, Ghana would lose. And that he had seen in the spirit that Ghana had scored one, the other side too had scored one, so it was 1-1. But as the game was about to end, the opponents banged in the winning goal. And it happened exactly like that. Run it, my youth. Woo!
Changes can come, everything can happen. Into Yenshebe. One thing I saw about Ghana and Egypt match and said, I saw offside goal. Gidi gidi pa. Offside goal. Go offside. Egypt. So your mom paye. I'm praying said draw a bit to me aba. Na nyankopon to me akasa. So I repeat my words, keep it in your mind. My name is Prophet Jedian Recovery.
The chop, I'll latch onto that high ball over the top, and there's danger. Oh, it's in the back of the net, surely. And we'll have a look at this again. Yeah, there's a couple of players in offside position the moment that the ball was picked. It comes back. Well, as we thought, logically. Yeah, that's the information. Playing for Bristol City. There's a long ball and a header that goes back to delivery. There's a little flick. The danger for the Ghanaian defence. And finally on the attack, that's wonderfully done. That's it.
This was not a video I was looking for. That's not a video. Play the second video. It's another video, right? My brother, listen. In that video, and we all saw it, there was a goal. And when the goal was scored, the Ghana side came back and scored. And then there was a winning goal, just like the way he said it, against Cape Verde. Before we started this broadcast, we watched that video. We watched the video. That was the video I was looking for. Cape Verde, Ghana, 1-1, and then they scored. What you saw was the wrong insert, but that also was a prophecy by the man. He said Ghana will lose against Egypt. But according to him, they called him and asked him to intercede with prayer. And when he went into prayer and fasting, it was revealed to him that it will be a draw. And this all happened before the game even went on. And that was the Egypt match. He said it will be a draw. And in order to make people know that it was not a guesswork, he said there would be an offside goal. And the offside goal happened, just as you saw. That was the prophecy about the offside goal. My brother, 2 prophecies happened, just like that. The Cape Verde match, it happened. Let's say that was guesswork. Then the Egypt work, precision. But the Kudus one, he said Kudus was not going to be able to make it. And that Kudus was going to embarrass himself. Ghanaians have been running and looking for this prophet. They want to deal with him for a fake prophecy. They are not interested in the first one that came to pass. Neither are they interested in the second one that came to pass, because in the second one that Ghana drew, it was the same Kudus who was said not to be able to do well, who scored both goals. So Ghanaians are looking for the prophet. Run the story. Come here. My life is in danger. Prophet Ogya'S cries after failed prediction on Egypt versus Ghana game. And he spoke a lot about this. Now the thing is that after he said that Ghana was going to lose that match, he came back again and he was on some radio stations talking. And one of those radio stations was Hits FM, my former radio station. And listen to what he said on Hits FM before the Egypt match.
Expect today. Today is a big day for all of Ghanaians.
No fear, no favor. What should we expect?
Today is a loose match against Ghana Blaster. Ghana Blaster will lose it. As I said, I've saw it in the Revelation. They will lose it. But the secret is I am praying for them. Because I think one hour before, GFA president called me.
Wow.
Yeah, I've spoke to him on the phone that man of God, whatever you want to do for us, pray for us. So I'm still praying for them that maybe draw can come. Or
wow.
So he heard him. That was what he said on Hits, that maybe a draw could come. An hour before he came on radio, he was called by the GFA president to intercede. And when he interceded, he now went on Facebook Live and said, well, the Spirit of God now says that it will be a draw. But there will be an offside goal from the Egyptians. And it all came to pass. Shall we give him some credit? Or shall we give God some credit? What happened to the Kudus one? He says it will still come to pass. Again, when I spoke with him, he said Ghana shall return home. Ghana will not go beyond this group stage. That's what he said. Ghana will come home. Maybe we can still go ahead and intercede. Maybe we can still go ahead and pray. We all saw how the Ghana match ended. Now we decided to bring this story because there are so many people who love football. And I remember how I used to bring Ustaz Shamoun on my radio show and how people were so interested in some of those predictions. They make us talk. They make us see the power of God sometimes. Of course, there are fakes left, right, and center. As you saw in that, I wish we had that video as well for you to see. But that was what he said, that the first match, it will be 1-1, and towards the end of it all, they will bang in another goal. Why are people looking for this prophet? Why do they want to harm him when two of his prophecies came to pass? And he says that the Kudus one will still come to pass. Could it be that because he prayed, there was an intercession? Or some people do not believe in prophecy. Can he be called a fake prophet after two of his prophecies came to pass? Or those calling him fake, they are not aware that two of the prophecies came to pass. I know how easy it is for people of different religions to condemn other people. If this was a Muslim, I'm sure a lot of Christians will condemn him. He's Christian, so a lot of Muslims will condemn him. Some Muslims might condemn him. Some Christians too might condemn him. But from where we stand, I will not say that this is guesswork, where a man will give two clinically precise prophecies like that. This game between Ghana and Cape Verde, it will be 1-1. And as the game is about to end, Cape Verde will put in the winning goal. It came to pass. Clinical precision. He didn't get any credit. The Egypt match, Ghana should have lost, but they've called me to intercede. I've prayed in my own small way, and God has spoken to me that it will be a draw. But even in it, to let you know that the prophecy is coming from God, there would be an offside goal from the Egyptian side. He didn't just say an offside, he said from the Egyptian side, but it shall be disallowed. It will bring some confusion. We all saw it. And all this came before the match. We're going to get Fire Ogya'S into the studios, and we will speak with him to tell us who is going to win the match. How is this going to help our economy grow? How is this going to be able to help the nation run away from all these things? Corruption and all that. At this point, a lot of Ghanaians love their football. At this point, a lot of Ghanaians are gravitating towards this. It's uniting a lot of people, right? That is what football is all about. So when this man comes, it will strengthen some people's faith, especially people who are Christians, right? And every religion tells you to be honest, to be loyal, to be patriotic. That is how it's going to help us with patriotism, loyalty, and so on and so forth. Every religion will tell you to sacrifice for your nation. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and give unto God what is God. The Bible tells you to pay your tax, right? That is why we will try and get him into the studios, for him to tell us something, so that those who believe in prophecies can at least have their faith strengthened, and those who don't, well, probably it's not your day. But it's the Black Pot, a.k.a. Coco Show no more. Now this one is just a bonus. Let us go into the economic details and politics of our nation. Come here. Now the next story is this. Watch this. ATTA MIILS' body to be reburied in Cape Coast. According to a newspaper report, some family members of ATTA MIILS, the late President of the Republic of Ghana, this very wonderful president, father for all, went to the President of the Republic in an election year, demanding that his autopsy report should be made public and be given to the family. 2, they want the body of John Evans ATTA MIILS to be exhumed so they could carry it all the way to Cape Coast and rebury it. What is their reason? Run the story, my youth. Let's get the details. ATTA MIILS' family demands body for reburial at Cape Coast. Come here. Watch this. Now, the allodial family of the late President, Professor John Evans ATTA MIILS at Ekumfi, Nanabin, in the Ekumfi municipality of the Central Region, has made demands for the immediate handing over of the body of the late first gentleman of the land for reburial in Cape Coast. According to the family, they want their son buried with his late parents at a family cemetery located in the Cape Coast municipality. So that's the reason. They want the body to be buried with the late parents of John Evans ATTA MIILS. Nana Obosoi, the Bemu Hine of Ekumfi, Nana bin Amona and Denchira, who spoke on behalf of the family, described the noise about the demand for an autopsy report on what killed the late president as needless. Wow. He questioned why the same people demanding the autopsy report for Professor ATTA MIILS are not doing the same for former leaders such as Jerry John Rawlings, former Vice President Aliu Mahama, and Vice President Pakwesi Emisa Atta. According to him, this is a calculated attempt to tarnish the hard-won image of a son of the Amona and Denchira family. He emphasized that what is important to the family is for the body to be exhumed and released to the family for reburial at the family burial ground where the late father and mother, as well as brothers of the late president, were buried. That should away. I'm glad that this family is debunking whatever the first family came there to say. That was absolutely for political reasons. Political reasons. Now we all heard a man of God come out and say that, oh, it's Mahama who killed ATTA MIILS. And that if you looked in the realms, you will see in the skies ATTA MIILS crying and saying, why Mahama? Why Mahama? We all saw that and condemned it, even if it was true. It was so raw, and we couldn't have proof and evidence. My brother, my sister, this matter came to sleep. And then these people are waking it up for political reasons. I I'm happy to see the autopsy report. It's scientific. We can tell what killed the man. But do we need it? This was a man who was sick for a long time. Many said he suffered from cancer, to the point that even the former president, Jerry John Rawlings, said there was an event where John Evans Atta Mills, as president, was sitting down and blood was coming out of his ears. That was the level the cancer had reached. He said it, and we have his voice on tape. Many people were angry that he said it publicly like that, because as a president, there was no need to bring his health records out. But I beg to differ. The president is a public property. When you decide to take a public office, you become a public property. All your health records should be given to the public. Everybody should be able to see it. Your wealth records should all be published so people can see. If you don't want that, don't be a public figure. It's simple. You still have a choice. John Evans Atta Mills finally died in the presence of his brother. We're told that he had a massive heart attack. We all remember how he narrated the story of his death. My brother, today some people say they want the autopsy report. Well, why not? Give it to them. But why in an election year? We can have the autopsy report after the elections, so that nothing funny comes up because of an autopsy report. After the thing is done, we can bring it out. And we should still be able to put in our laws the impeachment of non-performing government appointees and even governments. We should be able to do that. Impeach them. That way, it doesn't matter how many lies you tell us before you become president or take office. We should still be able to impeach you and take you to jail, so that other people will not come in and be lying just like that. My brother, this is terrible, isn't it? In an election year. But the real family came out and said, we don't want the autopsy report. Why did they not ask for the autopsy report of Rawlings, of Aliu Mahama, and Amisa Atta, and even more? I'm going to ask the same question and use it to deal with this issue. Come here. Now, the reason they want the body of John Evans Atta Mills exhumed and buried in Cape Coast is the fact that the late parents of John Evans Atta Mills were buried in Cape Coast. And therefore, they want to take the body there. I would have still said one thing. This is a public property. Ghana has decided to bury this great son of the land in a beautiful park. Very huge and very beautiful. Let the man rest, rather than carrying his body today here, tomorrow here, and like the way they did to Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah was buried 3 times. So sad. The man never had peace. In Guinea, they brought him all over to Ghana, buried him in Nkrumah the second time, and then they exhumed the body and carried it all the way to Accra to bury. Now the people of Nkrumah are crying that the body should be returned there. What is this corpse politics? Skeleton politics. My brother, but let's look at it. Where was Rawlings buried? His hometown, right? Are we correct? Buried in his hometown. Where was Aliu Mahama buried? The Muslim way. There's no monument for Aliu Mahama. Muslims do not even take so much interest in that. And when I happen to die, that is how I like to be buried. Very ordinary, no coffin, nothing. Don't waste any coffin. My brother, how was Amisa Atta buried? Is there a monument for him? Did the family decide where he was supposed to be buried? The very first time we saw a president dying in office was when John Evans Atta Mills was in power. And there was a big euphoria about the whole thing, we decided that he should be buried at the Asumdue Park. We built a whole park for him. To the family, I honestly don't want to step on your spirituality, with all respect. But I think that it is more honorable to have the body of this great man in the capital, next to a former seat of government, close to the sea. I think it is more befitting. Exhuming the body and taking it away, are you guaranteed the same facilities, or you don't care? I'm sure that if the parents of John Evans at MIILS could speak, they would open their mouths and say, you know what? Keep the body where it is. After all, the spirits can fly all over and meet anywhere. You don't need to bury us in the same grave or in the same yard before the spirits can work. Spirits have no limit. You can bury your brother in Pesingpe and his sister is buried in America. The spirits will still meet. It is human beings that have distance barriers and limitations. But spirits have no limitations. It's just a suggestion. I leave it here. It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Keep sending your messages in. Hey! Wayo!
Blakk Pot, Kukushodomo.
This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk RASTA. Next story, my youth. All right? Now, the real problem with Africa, not cash. What's Africa's problem? Is it money? Is it leadership? Is it spiritual? Run it, my youth. Now, a man has come out to speak. And he has been able to diagnose the problem of Africa. He's called Dr. Sam Adeyemi. This is carried by City Newsroom. Africa's problem isn't money. Then what is it? Run the story. Watch this. Pastor Dr. Sam Adeyemi, CEO of Global Leadership Consulting and founder of Daystar Christian Center Nigeria, has urged African leaders to seek the good in others and prioritize African citizens in everything they do. My God. He explained that when leaders begin to place value on the life of an African and put them first, they will implement policies and programs that will benefit all without discrimination. Africa's problem is not finance. Africa is where it is because most leaders do not place enough value on human life. He lamented. Speaking as the guest speaker at the 2024 Jospon Leadership Conference on the topic Inclusive Leadership on January 15, 2024 at the Pentecost Convention Center at Gomwafete, Dr. Adeyemi urged African leaders to love without discrimination. Africa's problem is not money, but lack of love. Dash it away. My brother, we don't need to go deeper into it. He's talking about human-centered sentiments and governance. If you love your brother, you will not make policies that will dehumanize him. If you love your brother, you will not cheat him. African leadership is devoid of human-centeredness. African leadership is devoid of love. What is love? It's patriotism. If I love my nation, then I will love everything that my nation produces. The human beings, that's the human resource, the mineral resource, the flora and fauna. Hey, come here, my youth. The other day I was in Guyana and I met these children. In fact, well, I'll call them children. They were about 11 and 14. They picked up flowers. They were smelling the flowers and the words that came out of their mouths. I was shocked. I said, these flowers can only be found in Guyana. Nowhere in the world would you find this. We were taught this in school. These flowers, if you want to see them, you have to come to Guyana. My God. My brother, I looked at the children and I admired the pride with which they were talking about their country. It's we, Ghanaians, who founded Guyana. We Ghanaians founded Guyana. Guyanese are Ghanaians. And I'm talking about the black Guyanese. They are Ghanaians. Of course, they have a huge Indian population. But the black people, they are Ghanaians. The original Guyanese. And by original, I'm talking about the people who built Guyana, according to history, in the days of slavery. People like Kofi and Akaba. My brother, we were carried all the way because the Indians were dying when they were sent to Guyana. They couldn't work that hard. Diseases and sicknesses. They had to come and carry us to go and dig trenches with our hands. We built Guyana without apology. Today, there are other people who have taken over Guyana. All the shops, the big shops in Guyana are not owned by black people. They are owned by Indians and some other people. What happened? When we brought in a black leader, a black president, what happened? Did he show love to the black people? Did he show love to his people? Did he lead with human-centeredness in his mind? My brother, they chased him out and brought an Indian to rule them again. This is no racist teaching. My brother, how many people will tell you that wherever you find Africans, there's some kind of corruption and confusion? I hate to say this. Go to South Africa. When I went to South Africa and I gave a CD out to an immigration lady, a white lady, she told me, oh, I am so much in a hurry to listen to this music. Unfortunately, my work will not permit me to take this CD. It will be considered a bribe. I said, what? Israel, the same thing. The first time somebody asked me for a bribe in South Africa, it was a black man in Soweto. Yes, he came over to me. We should come down. From the accent, he could tell that we were not South Africans. And he started searching. Oh, some rude searching. Searching. And then in the middle of the searching, he said, what do you have for me? And I asked him, so if you wanted something, why didn't you ask me? But you started searching me. Then he moved back, looked at me, and said, are you working with the CIA or something? The first time I was asked for a bribe in South Africa, it was a black person. When I go to Nigeria, right at the airport, the man that you ask to show you where the toilet is, the moment he says, oh, Oga, now the toilet there too, he's matching, oh, come, Oga, we make him nice. When he could have just said, it's in that corner, that is it. No, he will match you there and stand there like a sentry waiting for you to come and give him a bribe. It happens in Ghana. The other day I came to the country and I wanted a bathroom because it was a new airport. And the lady, young lady who took me to the bathroom where she could have just said, oh, that's it. It's labeled male. That is labeled female. So that's it. No. Matched me there And I knew by that foolish Ghanaian hospitality, she was looking for money. Some people would do it with joy because they are being paid to do that. But with us, no. That money is chobo. It's free money. The real money is what I'm getting from you. Whilst I was there peeing, she was talking. When you come out, I'm here. When you come out, I'm here. And when I came out, she asked me for money. I was mad. I said, you are a disgrace to this country. This is what you do. And white people look down on us. I go to America, I can ask where the bathroom is 10 million times. Nobody would ask me for a penny. But I come here. You match me unnecessarily to the bathroom and you want to take money from me. We have no respect for love. We can cheat each other and be happy to call ourselves smart because we are cheating each other. The problem with Africa is because we have no love. It's not about money. We have all the money. But one man wants to have it all, like the oil sheikhs of Kuwait. The country has a high per capita income. Per capita income is how much each one would earn if the whole bulk of money was shared amongst the population. If the money of Kuwait was shared, the amount of money they would have had, thousands of American dollars per head. But no, there are so many poor people. The big money is with the oil sheikhs. That is why per capita income itself is not enough and a good yardstick enough to be used to judge the wealth of a nation. Oh, this nation has this money. If we share it amongst everybody, everybody will get this amount of money. No, some people have sat on the money. They will sit down there and watch other people dying and they will never even buy them kose. That is the problem. That is what the pastor is saying. We are so corrupt that Satan himself is scared of us. In fact, Satan has lifted his hands off Africa because he's conquered Africa already. He's trying to go elsewhere to conquer more people and bring them here. So corrupt. Ministers are corrupt. They are looking at stealing for themselves and their families. And a lot of them, when they die, and you look at them, they look like rats. And I ask them, so where is all the money that you guys have stolen? They blow the money away, easy come, easy go. They have some cancer, they have some liver cirrhosis, erectile dysfunction, and some brain cancer, cancers that we have never known of, cancer of the nose, cancer of the throat, cancer of the pharynx, cancer of the esophagus, cancer of the medulla oblongata, names that can raise the dead. They have all these cancers. That is why poor people live longer in Ghana. When they get up and they get their kenke, no fish, they eat it and they are walking. But we are so wicked. No love. You watch your brother dying of hunger, yet you have it all in your room. And when he dies, you would wear the best kente to go for the funeral and donate towards his burial. Yet he needed just a quarter of that money to stay alive. You will not do it. It is a country where we respect funerals more than even schooling. Ghana puts more priority on funerals than education. Let there be a funeral here. People will travel all the way from Azerbaijan. Ghanaians will travel all the way from the middle jungles of China and come and attend funerals. And these funerals are not even funerals of their family members. They will come and drink apetishi and have sex and dance and go away. Yet, if they were opening a school here, go and see how many Ghanaians will be there. There will even be more goats and sheep bleating around, bah, bah, more than human beings there. We have no interest in each other. We are only interested in killing each other and suffocating each other. Things that will benefit us. No, we don't do those. We are interested in tearing down each other. So what is the solution? The solution, once you know the problem, is solved already. How can you solve it? You can solve it by spreading love. Love, pure love. The same way you feel when you are hungry, remember that your friend in the ghetto is feeling the same way. Some people think when they give, they become poor. No. You become richer because you get people around you who know that you are feeding them. When they get big and make it too, they are looking towards you. That's better wealth than wealth that is hoarded and people fool with that. It's the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Africa shall rise again. We have all the money, the gold, the diamond, yet the continent is not moving forward. Because it's not a problem of wealth. It's a problem upstairs. It's the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo. When we return, we'll read your messages. Hey! Wayo!
Blackpot. Coco show, man.
It's the Black Pot, a.k.a. Coco Show, and here we speak truth to power. Let your comments come in. Ah, Lord God have mercy. All right? Okay, so Stephen Banda says, thank God it's Friday, my king. Dangote Ghana, Barak hit maker, Ja Rastafari. Jude, Asigri says, greetings, Senior Black. And Kweku Embil says, greetings and happy Friday to you and everyone. Respect. And Kweku Embil is Brother Kweku, all the way inside Chicago. Thank you so much for making time to join us. We appreciate you. We know how busy your schedules are. So when you join us like this, we are super happy. Big up yourself, Brother Kweku. Stephen Banda says, I'm watching you live with my friends and I'm talking to them about you, Black Rasta. You are the eye of Africa. Blessed love. Asima Bandawan says the Black Pot is hot with the Patriot. Black Rasta, the Kuchoko legend. We thank you and thank God it's Friday. All right. Benjamin Kwanzaa says this is the Black Pot. Come here. Black Rasta, please, do you believe in prophecies? And have you received any personal prophecy that has come to pass? Oh, yes. I believe in prophecy. God can use you to prophesy to me. God can use a drunkard to prophesy to me. In the Bible, God used a donkey to prophesy to somebody. Remember the story of Balaam? Prophesy, donkey. You know that, right? Sometimes when you dream, and they are all prophecies. That's how God talks to people in so many different ways. Sometimes when you eat too much and drink apetition, you can have nightmares. Those ones are not prophecies. Francis Ampim says, Jah guide you and your crew, Black. The show is live and I'm very excited to be in class. It's all about patriotism. No one is bigger than the truth. I mean, the brother asked me if I've had prophecies that have come to pass. A number of them. A lot. Baby, if I start mentioning them now, we will not finish this at all. Yes, I'm telling you. Mohammed Banjeyawan says, it's weekend and we are glued to our seats to listen to the legendary Black Rasta. Close the week safely. Black. But Ghana Black Stars, pressure nwale. Pressure nwale ni jidule. She solo. Well, it's a lot of pressure and a lot of pain. But it shall come to pass. Come here! Wayo! And signed MC Nonga. a.k.a. Scorpion. Wanini Boy says, welcome, Black Rasta. Delari says, come here, my youth. All right? And Delari says, watching the Black Port from the United States, nothing but the truth. Bless up Black Rasta and bless up the Black Port. Come here, my youth. All right? Woyo. And then Ni Ofanche says, the Black Port is live. Greetings, Black. Can't stop listening to you on radio and on TV. I salute you, Black. Respect. Gideon Borte Akwaba says, clinical precision. Gideon Borte Akwaba says, ha 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 ha. Ogya'S is a Nungua boy. Yes. It was around there. Now I will not be able to tell where the church is, but that was it. We're going on the Nungua Road, as I said, and my brethren said, oh, I go to church here when I come to Accra. There's a man here, he's called Prophet Ogya'S, Fire Ogya'S. And when the place was already parked, and I went to sit at the back with him, quietly at the back in the corner. Then he was preaching, then he stopped. Within 4 or 5 minutes of my sitting down, then he started smelling something around. He said, oh, a great man has entered here, blah, 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 this is your name. When you go to his church, he calls me Barack Obama. The other day I heard he told the church members, Nanuma, yewa Barack Obama ba hano. Miniji pa. And people are like, whoa, so Barack Obama came here. Barack Obama came to the church. But of course, you know, that's him. You see, I will not vilify a man because everybody is vilifying him. I will not join. That is what we call populism. You understand? Just come in and say it because the population is saying it. Everybody is saying it, so you join and say, no. I will not be doing myself any good, and I will not be doing my listeners and viewers any good. That's my experience with him. He shocked me with that prophecy. That house was no longer there. It was broken. Years back. I've never mentioned it on radio and on TV. He mentioned the house number and the area where that house was, where I was born. Right now it's a road. They've cleared it and put a road there. And he told me some other things that I cannot share with you right now. And they came to pass. So I will not join and say it's another fake. There are a lot of fake ones. I met some fake ones too. And from the way they spoke, you could tell that, no, these ones are the appetition ones. You know, it happens, my brother. If there is a genuine one, there certainly will be a fake of the genuine. Or else, then there's no genuine one. Right? All right. So, yes, it's a Nungua boy. He gave a prophecy that 2 players will die in 2023, and it came to pass. It's true. He talked about a plane crash this year, and there was something like that which also came to pass, right? But dampari will certainly set in soon. We should believe that there are people who have gifts. But there are other people who have spoiled the whole thing. They are looking for money for themselves. And because of that, they tell a lot of lies. I don't believe that when a prophet says something that doesn't come to pass, it means it's a fake prophet. No. It means that God has shown his power, that the glory comes to him. He decides what will happen and what will not happen. And the fact that you've seen it now doesn't mean it can't change in the next hour or two. That's why you have to be humble when you are prophesying. Be humble. This is what God has shown me. I do not know if it will change. The realms can always change. When it happens, glory be to God. If it doesn't happen, it's my mistake. Take the blame for God. If our prophets were prophesying like this, I'm not sure. And I think Fire Ogya'S could have also said it with some prophetic wisdom. Don't say Kudus. He could have said that I'm not seeing Kudus to be able to perform to the top. Or don't even mention Kudus. Just go straight and say, is this the time for Jordan Ayew? Jordan Ayew is going to shine. Let's keep our eyes on him and leave Kudus out. Or you could go ahead and say, let us pray for Kudus so that in this match, God will uplift him so that whatever disgrace the enemy wants to bring to him will be thwarted. So that later, if he's not even doing well, you could stand on it and say, well, These were the things that I saw, that I said, let's pray for him, because he's a good gentleman, so he will rise. But people like Fire Ogya'S, they've prophesied and they've come to pass. So when he's prophesying, excuse my language, they don't put in mechanisms to be able to free themselves from public blame. They go straight. No. It's the same thing, but you've said it in a different way. You see it? Jennifer Esuikamame says, well, yo, respect. And of course, Mark Hendricks says, big up yourself, Blakk. Joe Ama says, hey, Rasta, Joe in US, more fire. Hey, big up yourself, Joe. How are you doing, man? You have a long time no see. Kambadi Samsidi says, the sad story I want to bring to your notice. I am not too sure whether inter-schools game under 12 is still in progress. I stand to be corrected if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure it is still going on. It's not going on anymore. All right? It's not going on anymore. All right, Kambadi Samsidi. So you just wanted information, or it's linked to a story that we gave. All right, this is Jennifer Asukamame coming back again. She says, love covers all. The lack of love is the beginning of destruction. So let's lead the beautiful Africa with much love. Blakk Rasta, thank you for this show. Blessed love, Jennifer. Love, 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 love. Keep your messages coming in. We shall read some more messages before we go. Next story. And today, remember, we have 6 solid stories. So we're going to be quick. BAWKU boils again. Anytime I hear about BAWKU, I feel really sad. All my life, I've been to BAWKU once. We call it BAWKU. Once. Am I right? Yes, once. Once, I think. I love BAWKU. It's a beautiful place. And it's the same people. Mamprusis, Kusasis, they are from the same great-grandfather. Their language is close. When somebody is speaking Kusal, and I speak Dagbani, I understand. I speak Mampruli, I understand. When I speak Dagbani, I will be able to understand Mampruli, I'll be able to understand Nanum, I'll be able to understand Kusal. One people, it's like Fantis, Ashantis, and then Bono. They speak different dialects, but it's the same language. So if a Bono man is fighting an Ashanti man, and Ashanti man is fighting a Fanti man, his brothers, a fiasem. Let us teach our history to our children. When we get to know and we are told that we are one people from the same grandfather, next time we are picking guns against each other, we will remember that we are killing our own blood. That's why I love the Jehovah's Witnesses. They say they will never go to war no matter what. No matter who is wrong and no matter who is right. They will never pick arms against each other. You might not know. You are shooting a witness, brother. It should be a lesson to all of us. But somebody doesn't care. He can sit on a plane and bomb the whole plane because he believes that the plane is going to a country where there are a lot of homosexuals and lesbians. He doesn't care how many people belonging to his religion are in the plane. Doesn't care. It's sad. Love. Let love lead. I'm picking some information from BAWKU and I'm sad. Run it, my youth. Let's be quick with this. 3 more killed in BAWKU. Death toll now 5. 5 people killed in BAWKU. Why? Chieftaincy. Am I right? Run it, my youth. Member of Parliament for BAWKU Central, Mahama Ayarga, has reported that 3 more people were killed in BAWKU. The legislator shared this information this morning on Joy News' AM show. This brings the death toll to 5 within the past 48 hours. According to him, they were shot by some soldiers who claimed they found firearms on them around 8 p.m. on Thursday. Chieftaincy problem, and people take advantage of that to do so many different things. There has always been this chieftaincy problem from the days of Kwame Nkrumah and even beyond. And we have never been able to sit down and deal with this small part of Ghana called BAWKU. Have we failed? All the sheikhs are there, the chief imam. If he goes there and make one speech, there will be peace. My brother, if the heads of the Christian churches go there and make one speech, there will be peace. BAWKU is like a war zone. Soldiers are now shooting and killing people they suspect have guns. But the women in BAWKU are also demonstrating. They are angry. The women are mad. Run it, my youth. Women protest against military intervention in BAWKU. Listen, military intervention. Recently we heard how indigenes killed a policeman and some other people like that. Soldiers have now gone there to make sure that there would be some level of decency. The women are protesting against military intervention in BAWKU. Why? Let's find out. A group of women in the BAWKU township on Friday, that's today, staged a protest alleging brutality by military personnel against residents. In a video, hundreds of women were observed chanting, "We don't need them, we don't need them, we want them out, we want them out, we don't need them." The protest was sparked by reported incidents on Thursday evening when soldiers allegedly entered the BAWKU township and discharged firearms indiscriminately, resulting in casualties. We have not been able to verify the number of people that were injured. After the military fired, some of the people have dispersed and some of them are still there protesting, and the injured have been taken to the Vineyard Hospital. Dash it away. My brother, that's the same story we are talking about. 5 people dead. For me, I don't want to see anybody die. I do not want to see anybody hurt. But if that is what is going to bring the peace there, we may have to think about it again. I don't like police brutality. And I know you don't like it too. But sometimes we need to see the barracks boys before we think. Go on the streets of Accra. When people see soldiers standing on the street, they behave. Why? We cannot behave. Our senses do not work when soldiers and police people are not around. It's sad when we have to bring violence in order to fight violence. It's sad when we refuse to think until soldiers are unleashed on us to kill us like chicken. Couldn't the chiefs of the northern region, the enclave, have come together to make sure there's peace in the area? Or they are waiting for Asante to go there? Why? So many years. What is this problem? Is it so big that we ourselves cannot sit down and solve it? This one says I'm right. That one says I'm right. And we all read the Bible. We all read the Quran. When it comes to fasting, everybody's fasting. When it comes to Salah, we all go. Christmas, we all go. And yet we can't live in peace. Which God are we serving? Dash it away. Next story. Oh my God. CHEDDAR denies tax arrears. Yesterday we carried it. He owes over 7 million Ghana cedis in tax arrears, according to the GRA. Now CHEDDAR has come back to say it's not true. And what it is that he doesn't owe anything. He's been paying everything. And if the GRA thinks that he owes, they should invite him to a meeting. He will come and prove to them that he doesn't owe. My brother, and I've asked an interesting question. If you don't owe, can you publish your tax certificate? He went on X, formerly called Twitter, and wrote that he doesn't owe any money, he's paid everything, and if the people think that he owes, they should invite him, he will come and prove himself. So publish your certificates. It's the same thing that happened. Oh, I paid 30,000 cedis to be able to get the Independence Square. And then they told me I paid 10,000. Why did you not publish the receipt for the 30,000? Is it difficult to publish it? Publish it. So that we can take the government on and say that the government is a cheat, a liar, corrupt government. If you have paid your taxes, publish your tax certificate. Or when you paid your tax, you didn't get a receipt. You didn't have a certificate. Let's be serious. Talk is cheap. You just come and I paid. In some countries, tax evasion is a big thing. People would be in handcuffs and taken to court. When you go to court, go and prove that you have paid and they lied. That's what we're talking about. This country is so cheap. People can just talk cheap and go away. This country is so corrupt that we are witch hunting people too. Because of that, nobody respects anybody. Please publish it. Dash it away. Now this is the last one and we are done and we'll be gone. It's a beautiful Friday, right? And we don't want to keep you waiting on a beautiful Friday like this. Final story, my youth. UCC closes down in strike. That's the University of Cape Coast. They have closed down. Senior staff are angry and mad. Run the story, my youth. UCC shuts down hospital over senior staff strike. Run it. And this one says the University of Cape Coast has indefinitely shut down its hospital effective today, January 19, 2024. That's today, over the strike by senior staff. Now, the Senior Staff Association of the Public Universities in Ghana and the Federation of University Senior Staff on Wednesday, 17 January 2024, declared an indefinite nationwide strike over the blatant disregard for their welfare by the government. Dash it away. So government, one more time, you are not taking good care of us. You are not paying us well. We are angry. We talk to you. You don't listen. We are on strike. Senior staff. And the hospital that is serving the Cape Coast Enclave and even beyond, they have shut it down. All nurses should go home and sleep. Doctors should go home and sleep. Can you imagine how many people would die? All the patients in the hospital, they have asked them to go home and die. Like chicken. Hey! This is the first time I am hearing in the history of Ghana that a hospital has decided to shut down on strike. I know doctors can do a sit-in strike, but the hospital is still open. People will enter there. If they don't see doctors, they will go away. Emergency cases will be dealt with in most of the instances. But this one, emergency or no, is shut down, it's locked. Patients have been asked to go home and die. Did we bargain for this? And Vice President is busily going around saying he's building AfroTurf. Busily going around building toilets. Oh, Jesus. Your president is refusing to develop a Kumfi, which is also in Cape Coast. So the people said, so it's intentional, right? That's why you don't respect us. Okay, we've closed down the hospital. It's all right. Well, I appeal to the people. The president might be annoying. The president might be quite funny. But lives are at stake. Right now, I don't even know what to say. You could have the strike and get the same results without closing down the hospital. Please. To God be the glory. And I hope the government steps in to deal with this issue with the speed that it deserves. Time now to go. Come here, my youth. And, of course, your final message is Michael Akun says they have a name for it as Loso. Loso Le. Right? Taking money from someone after offering them service. All right? Okay. Okay. Is that a South African story? Loso Le. Wanini boy. Blakk, but you are a Muslim. So why do you say you want to be buried like Muslim way, or how have you changed your religion? There's nothing. There are Muslims who don't want to be buried like Muslims. They write in their wills that when I die, please build a castle and put me inside. You understand that? There are Muslims, my brother, my sister, who do other things. You understand? I hope you understand. So me saying I want to be buried like a Muslim does not mean anything. It just means that that's my preference. There are Christians who say they want to be buried like Muslims. And there are Muslims who say they want to be buried like Christians. Go to the Zongo. The Hajias who are getting married right now, they are wearing wedding ring. Abi, wedding ring. There's no wedding ring in Islam. It's just a choice. Islam doesn't forbid it. Some of them even wear long gown like Christians do. What I grew up seeing, the Amaria, they just put lele around it. And then you drink cocoa and masa and eat shinkafakpala and things and then enjoy yourself and everything, right? You see the vibe? But now they wear long gowns. They even wear wedding ring. See? So it's just emphasis. Let's leave it there. Kambadi Psalm 16 says, the demands from some Ghanaians are really bad, but I think low income from various workplaces, seriously, when you hear some salaries, they are nothing to write home about. The right? Rap Thunder says, today, I'm late in class. Legendary Blakk, I apologize. Woyo. Benzino says, yes, Blakk. Couldn't have said it better. GH loves funerals more than loving each other. 90% of the people won't help the needy, but will buy caskets, expensive caskets for fellow friends and family people to be buried properly so that they can go there and weep and drink a petition. Bofloat says, Yahoo. Yabo. Okay, that's what he said. Fire. Thank you so much. And then we have Kambadi Samsidin who says, one thing that pains me is whatever we can manage in this country to bring revenue in the country will be destroyed. Look at the Metro Mass Transit and blah, 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 and what happened. Bofloat comes back to say, hello, Senya Mata Senya. Yabo. Right? So he's writing in Zulu. And then Menzino says, happy sabbatical, Blakk. Kambadi Samsidin says, hey, please hit a lot about factories of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, especially the tire factories, because I saw the factory and it's still intact in its high time to manufacture our own car tires. My humble opinion. Certainly, we do this time after time. We shall put in more fire. Thank you. Roti says, Tohaje, Okonfo Adonchi, and Togbi Charlie played with their ancestors. That's the pharaohs. But their ancestors won. Interesting. Joama says, are they around Rasta? I've been with you since the cruddy days. Oh God. Respect Joama. Guidance and protection. So you're in the US now. All right? Well, full joy yourself and whatever investments you have, remember to come home and do that. To God be the glory. Catch us again on Monday between 5 and 6. Until then, I love you. I appreciate you. Have a happy weekend. Hey! Wayo!